I have a video of Patrick Mahomes.
Not hurting the frog in any way whatsoever. You see, it's puffing up his belly. He's like a balloon right now. Yes, I know, but have you not figured out you've already been captured? Yeah.
How you doing, bud?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah?
How are you?
Tired. Feel like I'm losing my voice. I got a fucking pounding headache right now that I tried to take something for. Hasn't subsided quite yet.
You know what might help?
What?
An hour of talking.
Yeah.
Welcome back!
Welcome back to the show. I feel hungover,
Yeah.
but I'm not hungover. Perfect timing for that to stop. Yeah, I'm not hungover. But I feel it. It was a long day so far.
Yeah.
Didn't eat till very late in the afternoon, and before I ate, I drank a good bit. You know, you were on the same boat. You know, and here we are about to do it again.
Yeah. I've had more whiskey than food today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had 3 drinks at the place that we were at previously, all whiskey based, all doubles.
Yeah.
So, I don't feel anything right now. Do you?
I felt something while I was driving.
That's not what should be, you know?
I shouldn't have said that out loud.
We're keeping it.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
But, like, there's a legal limit to drive, and you probably weren't nowhere near it anyway.
You know, I was sober enough. I just was feeling it.
I was...
It's a bit of a-
No, I was... That's what you're feeling? That kind of a buzz? I want to quickly apologize for the way that my voice is going to sound in this episode, because I know...
Sexy.
Does it sound that way?
Oh, we have breaking news.
What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what's going on. He has something up his
Oh, we
sleeve.
have breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Roughly 500 pounds of cooked noodles were dumped near the Old Bridge Stream in New Jersey.
Excuse me?
500 pounds of cooked noodles were dumped near an Old Bridge Stream in Old Bridge, New Jersey.
Why would they be dumped near a stream as opposed to in the stream?
I don't know.
500 pounds of noodles?
Ask the Italians. We don't know.
I am an Italian.
Do you know anything about this?
I know, as a self-respecting
warning?
Italian, that if Italians are ditching the noodles, something went real wrong real fast. We don't just get rid of those.
500 pounds worth of
500 pounds worth
pasta.
of
I'll be specific.
pasta of all sorts.
Pasta with elbows.
Why do you bring that up?
Because it was a news story.
That's it. That's fucking
Yeah.
great. 500
pounds of...
How many pounds of pasta do you believe that you can consume?
And it's funny because this I'll answer that in a minute. But, boatloads. But, it's funny because this article started out with, Mamma Mia! Which...
Racist?
It's a bit of a hack.
Is it? But
think?
do you think it's time that we started considering more things to be racially insensitive?
I think it's going to turn that way eventually.
It seems that the direction that we're heading in is that everything is offensive, right?
Yeah.
And if that's the case,
Then nothing's offensive.
This show is offensive as fuck.
Yeah.
Right? For instance, I know a stand-up comedian relatively well. We have a person that I know who does stand-up. Mm-hmm. And he was saying to me, this is a while ago, maybe a few months back, he was like, oh, you know, as a comic, we kind of get more, you know, leeway to say things that are maybe, like, in bad taste nowadays. But he said one of his old bits, he used to be an impression. He used to give him, like, an impression of, I don't remember what it was. I think it was, like, an Israeli, like, impression, accent. And he feels uncomfortable doing that at times now because he's afraid it's going to rub people the wrong way, even though it's all rooted in fun and, like,
Right.
having a good time.
It has the right intention.
And I'm here to say that on this show, I'm going to be doing a lot of fucking impressions and
I love
offensive shit. And that's okay.
Jar Jar Binks. Okay,
Call back to 2 episodes ago where I learned a lot about Star Wars.
Yeah.
500 fucking pounds of pasta.
500
Is
pounds.
there a reason for it? Did you read into it?
Nobody knows. And that's the weirdest
So
part.
it was just discovered that there was 500 pounds. What do you think that looks like?
We'll have the picture up here because they took a picture and it's
Okay.
I'm
Send it
not
to
going to
me.
lie. I will.
Okay.
It's horrifying to look at.
It's that bad?
There's a lot. It's just a lot of pasta in nature, and it just looks strange to me.
Dude, I haven't seen the picture, so I'm going to ask you to show it to me in a second. But how much pasta do you think is 500 pounds worth of pasta? Like, from a size perspective. Like, what is that a picture of?
It's the mound of pasta.
Can I see it?
There were other photos. I'm gonna have to once they get to loading.
That's all a bunch of elbows.
A bunch of elbows. Yep.
There's some rigatoni in there. I see farfalle in there.
Hey, there's Fafali. Found him.
There's the only pictures or more?
There was more.
Holy fucking shit. That's straight up spaghetti.
Yeah.
And linguine.
Spaghetti.
And I'm just going to start rattling off every pasta I can think of. But no, that's a fuckload, dude. There's just a massive...
I don't think I could eat that much, close.
You ever see Jurassic Park, obviously? Everybody's seen Jurassic Park.
Well, I haven't, but...
You've never seen Jurassic
I've
Park?
Seen Jurassic Park. I've seen things from it. I know what you're about to reference. Well, that's one big pile of shit.
Holy fuck, hold on.
Yeah.
You've never seen, from start to finish, any of the Jurassic Parks?
I've seen the new Chris Pratt one, but that was it.
As a man that identifies so deeply with the classics,
right?
You having not seen Jurassic Park, if somebody had a gun to the back of my head and said, name a friend of yours that's seen Jurassic Park, I would have said you with full confidence that I was going to live. I'm serious.
You would have died.
And I would have had my brains scattered across the floor.
Just absolutely.
You haven't, that's sad. But yeah, Jurassic Park's a classic. Great.
I know, classic Jeff Goldblum quote, that's one big pile of shit.
Yeah, and that's what I was referring to. It looks like that size pile because in that scene in the movie there was like the dinosaurs were ill and they were taking fat dumps as a dinosaur would take, and they were like sticking their hands into the pile of poop and it's like elbow deep, which I imagine is very warm.
Well, I would hope.
I mean, it depends on how long it's sitting there. I suppose.
Well, not hope. Hope is the wrong word.
You would assume.
I'd assume, yes. I'm not hoping.
Speaking of assumptions and not hoping, I'm assuming you don't want to do this, and I was hoping we wouldn't have to. But we got some more drinking to do. What? What are you laughing at?
No.
That doesn't even smell appealing to me at the moment. I don't know why I'm very turned off of alcohol, even though we didn't drink much at all. 3 drinks is, for our standard in life and what we've gone through since high school, and even during. Maybe not for you, but during for me.
Not for me. I started drinking when I was 21, I believe.
No fucking way.
20.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, it's 20 because it was
19.
Right before.
Had to have been.
No, not me.
Okay. Yeah. I'll tell you right now, my first alcoholic beverage
there.
was freshman year of high school.
Damn.
So.
Part of me wishes.
We're drinking Bird Dog. Been a while since we had this on the show. It just so happens this one's salted caramel flavored. I can't imagine a little more sugary of a whiskey is the best choice. But Colin, we were before the show. We choose what whiskey we're going to drink before the show, obviously. And I had laid out, some of the whiskeys that we have had and not had on the show. And I was like, pick one. And he turned his head and pointed at one, and it happened to be the Bird Dog, which...
Is it a bird or is it a dog?
It's a fucking bird that barks. I gave you a lot there.
You're good. Thank you.
That'll do us.
That'll do
Probably.
you.
I'm babysitting this today.
That'll do you.
But, how much pasta can you eat in one sitting?
A whole box.
Really? Pasta's filling.
It is.
Carbs in general
Yeah.
are filling.
Yeah.
Well,
because I like when I'm like hungry and we don't really have anything, I'll always go for pasta because it's a nice, easy. Like,
yeah. Well, what do you?
I'm a little freak. I eat my pasta plain with nothing on it.
No butter.
No nothing.
Not even grated cheese. You just have plain
pasta.
That is
al dente as well.
Really, you like some bite to it?
I like that.
Really? So I don't like Victoria. My fiance loves pasta al dente. I'm not that way because my Italian roots are very deep, and I was raised in a way that was just blasphemy to eat it. Cooking it that way to further cook it in sauce and stuff, like it's different, right?
Right.
But I can tell you right now, the most plain I've ever done. Wow, that's sweet.
Oh, I taste the caramel.
Holy fuck, that's sweeter than I remember it being.
That's better than I remember it.
That's way more pungent than I remember
know.
it being. And I got to tell you, not enjoying
It's a
it
lot right now.
right now.
Right now.
That tastes like we just poured a shot of caramel in our mouths.
Yeah, it does.
What was I saying? That threw me off.
Eating pasta. Eating absurd amounts of
Yeah.
pasta.
Well, the plainest pasta I'd ever had was like buttered noodles with like a little bit of like grated cheese.
I've had them buttered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer it plain. I don't know
That's
why.
just there's nothing there. There's no flavor.
I know,
There's
there's nothing.
almost
I
there's
love
almost
nothing.
0% flavor there.
You know.
Do you? So as someone that has been on record on the show saying you don't like cheese at all,
Right.
you don't even like grated cheese. You ever sprinkle on
The
some?
only time I really have cheese is when I'm having pizza. Because to me, it's not like...
What about nachos?
Never had nachos.
Never had nacho cheese.
Nope.
I think that would be a good
'Cause it's
introduction
not
to
mine.
cheese. It's nachos.
Not mine.
I think that would be a good introduction to cheese for you. Not because nacho cheese is really like a representation of cheese in general, but I feel like nacho cheese is a safe entry.
Do you get arrested if you have nacho cheese?
It's considered
Not your cheese.
well, it's like in grade school. Remember, have you ever stolen a pencil from somebody or anything like that?
Right.
It's like, you're kind of a dick for doing it, but like we're
I know
not
it's
gonna
not-
tackle you and put you in
Like,
handcuffs.
I know it's nacho cheese, but...
But it's not Joe's either. You know what I mean? It's nobody's.
It's none of ours.
And it doesn't belong. It's not in possession
Cheese is for the
by
world.
law
Right.
to anybody,
Right.
right? You that's like if you were to break into my house and steal one of these chairs.
Right.
It's not registered in my name. I could pull up the receipt to prove that I purchased it, but technically it's mine. But like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Should personal belongings have like a registry? Like where you register everything that you own? I don't think so. I think that's fucking tedious and annoying.
It's a bit of a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
Speaking of annoying, oh boy, I'm sure that I wanted to talk about this weeks ago, but we had other things that we spoke on the show. But we haven't talked about this off camera at all. Mm-hmm. I'm not confident I hit record, but I'm gonna go for it.
You want to check?
Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
We did.
I might keep that in there for people to know that we're not perfect, and they know already. This is going to be hard for me to get down today. It's just too sweet. I wish I just went with like a plain burb.
Weeb.
I was considering grabbing a beer for today's episode, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, I was like, maybe at some point, but whiskey talks, but like, fuck you. It's our show. We make the goddamn
It's
rules
alcohol
around here.
talks now.
We're gonna rebrand and talk and call it.
Bud Light talks.
No, not even. We're gonna call it super fucking offensive conversation, because then people can go into it knowing what's happening
Right.
without it being like, oh, two like distinguished gentlemen sipping on some whiskey and having a general conversation. No, very misleading title.
No.
But speaking of annoying, the topic that I wanted to speak on weeks ago. Usually when we reference a person of, I won't say stature, but a celebrity or somebody that's known, we introduce them as a friend of the show. Because
Right.
they're friends of the show, right?
Right.
For instance, OJ,
OJ, friend of the show.
Kanye,
Kanye, friend
Harry
of the show.
Styles.
Harry Styles, friend of the show.
A lot of friends of the show.
of
We
friends
have a
of the show.
lot of friends of the show. The show, we're just, we do a lot of networking, and it just so happens that Kanye and OJ, we have like a 4-person group chat together where we talk and like we bullshit,
Yeah,
how's the wife, OJ,
Ribbing him a little bit.
you coming out with any new stuff, Kanye? We're excited for you, buddy. Please stay focused on that and not on the world being flat. Sucks that your kids ain't, allowed to go near you right now, bud, but stay chipper. Yay, which is his name now. I think he changed his name legally, shortened it to Yay.
Oh, yay.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Like, good for you.
Yay.
And he told me that personally, of course.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was there with him when he got it changed, in fact.
Oh, really?
Yay. Nay.
Yeah.
I keep diverting, but again, we usually when we segue to some person, that's known in some capacity, we say a friend of the show. In this particular instance, this is not a friend of the show.
Not a friend of the show.
Not at all.
No.
But to introduce said not friend of the show, I want to explain this person by talking about a friend of the show. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm getting confusing here. We're getting all, all twisted. Friend of the show, good friend of the show, Patrick Mahomes. We've spoken on that, Patty Matt, or whatever the fuck.
MVP of the Super Bowl.
MVP of the Super Bowl, MVP of the league. First time that's been done
MVP
since
of the
Kurt
league.
Warner back in 99 or 2000, one of the two. And
Before the tower.
first of all, Pat, I understand you haven't returned my calls. You've been busy since the Super Bowl, bro. Hey, just call me when you can. Don't call me if Brittany's there. She's fucking annoying. But another annoying person that you're very close to is your brother, Jackson. Have you heard about the developments with...
I've heard bits.
Oh, boy.
I've heard bits.
So let's... Jackson, if you're listening, bud, first of all, don't. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to say you're not a friend of the show or whatever, but, like, you kind of pissing a lot of people off right now, bud. You're like the Juju Smith-Schuster of regular people. Of, like, non-athletes. Like, Juju was somebody that everybody in the league seemed to really like when he came into the NFL. Because he represented the everyman. He loved video games, just liked having fun. Then he started dancing on logos. And then he started dancing on teams' logos.
Yeah.
And, I remember when the Chiefs signed Juju a year ago. They were like, oh, you're going to collaborate and do a dance with Jackson Mahomes? He was like, nope. So even Juju Smith-Schuster, whom has become one of the more disliked players in the league...
Nope.
He doesn't even want to get involved with Jackson Mahomes, and it's a good thing he didn't. Because Jackson Mahomes recently was arrested for sexual battery.
Which, like, that's gotta hurt.
Fucking a battery?
Yeah. Or getting fucked by a battery.
So, I heard this and I was like, okay. I'm going to preface this by saying there's absolutely nothing wrong with being homosexual.
No.
Right? Because we know.
We love it.
I think we have some relatively close friends that are gay men, that are outwardly gay.
Right.
Right? And a lot of people over the years have assumed Jackson Mahomes is, and he's denied it, and that's fine. I initially thought when he was arrested for sexual battery that it was going to be with another dude. It wasn't. It was with like a cougar bartender of some sort. Yeah, I saw a video online. Like they released the security video of him at a bar, I guess during closing time. Because I'm assuming closing time because there was like nobody in the bar, at least in the camera's view. And he just grabbed this woman.
Closing time. I don't
Closing time. You'll flick my bean and then I'll kiss your smile or whatever.
Something like that, yeah.
But the video is him grabbing this. If I were to guess her age, I'd say probably mid to late 40s. By the throat. Like he grabbed her by the throat. Not like in a super violent way, but definitely in an aggressive way.
Right.
And just started.
What is the least aggressive way you can grab someone by the throat? Answer me that
Slowly
question.
and softly.
Riddle me that, Batman.
Slowly, softly. Right? Not with any real intention. If you have any intention, it's aggressive.
Right.
And so he grabs her by the throat and just open mouth sucked her face. Like, and got all up in there. You see the video?
No, I actually didn't.
You'll see it.
But speaking of Patrick Mahomes,
Uh-oh.
I have a video of Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. I don't know how I'm going to drink that.
Not hurting the frog in any way whatsoever. You see, it's puffing up. He's like a balloon right now. Yes, I know, but have you not figured
I've
out
seen
you've
this.
already been captured? Yeah. Not hurting the frog.
That is obviously not Patrick Mahomes. That is a frog. Shout out Coyote Peterson, friend of the show.
You're an absolute psychopath. We love it.
Oh, I love
Keep going.
Coyote Peterson,
Keep
dude.
going.
You're gonna have to send me that video. I'm gonna see if I can put that like clearly on the screen for people. Shout out Coyote Peterson. You're a sick bastard, but we love you. I love that guy.
Yeah.
I love Coyote
Yeah,
Peterson.
yeah, yeah.
Brave Wilderness, if you guys aren't familiar. It's
He
the
gets
guy
sting for us.
It's the guy that voluntarily lets himself get bitten and stung by like the most aggressive insects and animals, like just to test
For
it.
fucking research.
For research, this guy's like, and dude, I see some guys do like impressions of him. Okay, guys, I have the world's deadliest son of a bitch. The world's deadliest bullet war tank army civil war tarantula, radioactive horse piss tarantula, and I'm gonna get bitten by it. Here we go. Stay wild, stay hard, and have sex with kids. Oh! And then he just sits there having a fucking seizure on camera. All right, Peter Griffin.
You know?
Yeah, no, he's a legend. That frog video
I just thought that frog
fucking
video was
hilarious. You're like, oh, this is Patrick Mahomes because he sounds like a frog.
That's podcast gold.
Rough vocal
that
genetics
moans.
in that family, if you noticed. The Mahomes family have rough vocal genetics. I don't know what their parents sound like, but Patrick sounds like that. Like a raspy Kermit.
I'm gonna go home with Miss Piggy and I'm gonna fucking.
You gotta have a little bit. You gotta have a little more rasp though. A little closer. Don't throw up on me. No. It's like
Red roses too. I see skies. Finding you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
But like Jackson Mahomes' voice is a kind of a weird voice too. I don't know if you've heard him speak. It's like super. Like I don't know that I've ever heard a softer tone voice.
Really?
Yeah, it's like if you could take all the rasp out of any person's voice, that's like I feel like there's nothing there. He was also trying to suck the vocal cords out of the woman he assaulted.
He's trying to grab the tongue.
He, people were saying like, oh, Patrick Mahomes bailed him out. Let's understand something here. First of all, no, I don't believe that that's the case. Second of all, as much as people don't want this to be true, because Jackson Mahomes, amongst the people that know who he is not popular. A lot of people don't like Jackson Mahomes because of he has some obnoxious antics. Dancing on memorials and whatnot, and just either being completely oblivious or blatantly disrespectful in a lot of different ways. Not that it matters to a lot of people, because everybody's opinions are different. Some people think that defacing graves is okay. I'm not one of them.
Yeah.
But, let's understand that he probably just had somebody bail him out, and he's going to pay them back. Because I don't think by law you're allowed to bail yourself out with your own money. I think somebody has to bail you out. But, I mean, that could be case by case. Or like state by state or whatever the fuck the case is. I could be completely wrong, but I do know, as much as people don't want to accept this to be true, Jackson Mahomes makes a pretty nice amount of money.
Right.
You know what I mean? From his social media accounts. I mean, whether people want to admit it or not, the kid's got a massive following for some reason. It's not for me. Look,
It's probably a lot of kids.
Well, that's the thing. There's a large. I think the majority demographic of people think that the TikTok dancing community is less than impressive, and a little bit more. What's the word I want? Like, kind of like. They just don't get it, right? Yeah. I'm one of them. The TikTok dancing community is like 90% of them don't actually know how to dance, and it's just like these little fad little moves that they do and whatnot. Jackson Mahomes is that, but like even less natural actual talent. Like he's not even doing the simple moves that any like you and I or anybody could do, even at the level of people doing them.
Right.
Like he's like lazy and just not talented in my opinion in any way. And I think that's where people get it, because like he also has like this There was speaking of Jackson Mahomes, did you see, I don't know if it was a bar or a nightclub that, like, called him out one day? Dude, I don't have my phone, so you might have to.
I think I might have.
Somebody posted a bar in, I don't know if it was the Kansas City area or some bar somewhere, because Jackson Mahomes said something online or something about this bar, and this bar posted something on Instagram saying, "Hey, Jackson Mahomes, before you go like talking about our bar, why don't you make sure it's clear to the people that you were being disrespectful, rude, arrogant, throwing your weight around." Wanting free stuff because, quote, you're Jackson Mahomes and you have followers and all that kind of stuff. Like, being very shallow and disrespectful, entitled, and, like, really called him out on it. And I think most people, like, 90% of the people that know who he is don't know him personally. Right. So it's hard to actually say, well, this person is this way. But when you have enough of a common denominator type of situation, it's usually like, okay, well, maybe you're that way, right? Mm-hmm. And I think this is one of those times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, Patrick, good friend of the show, again, Pat Mahomes.
Shout out, Pat.
I think it would be in everybody's best interest, including your brothers, if you just, maybe don't bring him to the games anymore.
You could do without. Like, Justin Fields doesn't take his sister at every game, and that's okay. Justin Fields' sister didn't do anything like Patrick Mahomes' brother, but you don't got to take your family to the game.
Like, for instance, NFL players bringing their less talented brothers to games is a little cliche. For instance, every time Peyton Manning went to go see Eli play, it was like, Peyton, come on. Like, we get it, your brothers and whatever, but, like, it's Eli. Like, just came out and said, you're living in a shadow, basically. Like, Peyton is well respected as, one of the greatest of all time and second in his family, and that's okay.
Great head.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Great head.
Yeah.
You think so?
I think so.
I haven't received any.
Well, you got me there.
Yeah.
I was just talking about it like his
guy gives fantastic dome is what you're telling me.
I'm sure he would.
Peyton Manning has what I like to call a 5 head, not a 4 head. It's very large. Yeah. Another thing that I find when it comes to the whole Peyton and Eli brotherhood thing is like, Peyton saw his brother win 2 Super Bowls in person, right? He went to go watch the games in person.
Right.
Which is kind of cliche, though, because Peyton only had 1 at the time. So, half of what his brother had, not as good. And he was still playing, right? Eli went to go see Peyton win his second one. He was still playing, right? But, like, you know what I think is really cool? What if Arch goes to the NFL and wins more than both of them?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but, like, would it be like... I fucking love the Manning family.
Right.
I've been on record saying that. I'm kidding, by the way, about Eli being better than Peyton. I'm a Giants fan, which is, maybe not obvious with me wearing a Cam Newton jersey. Shout out, friend of the show, Cam.
New Panthers quarterback, Cam Newton.
I mean, Cam Newton is legitimately double the size of the new Panthers quarterback, though. If you think about it. Like,
yeah, no, that's true.
I'm telling you right now, for those of you that are non-football
Bryce
fans,
Young, more like Bryce Young. You know what I mean?
Bryce Young, more like...
Bryce Hung.
Bryce Hung, that's what I was going to say.
Got a fucking fat dick.
I mean...
We don't know.
So, Bryce Young is the Panthers' new quarterback. First pick in the draft this year. And, I would say deservedly so, even though
Traded
he's
from the Bears.
Small. Yeah. But Cam Newton, legit twice the size. Like, legitimately twice. Cam's like every bit of 6'5".
He's a big boy.
He's a big
old boy.
You see he's got a show.
He's a big old boy.
You see how Cam Newton's still out there saying like he still doesn't think that there's 30-something quarterbacks better than him. Maybe that's true. I mean,
maybe.
I don't particularly believe so
there's
anymore.
There's a select few that
his athleticism went really fast.
Yeah.
And his ability to throw went really fast. And his prime was short. I was a big Cam Newton fan, in high school.
Right.
But you know, he came out with a list of like the quarterbacks that he would back up, and it was like, it
Fields
made,
was on there.
huh?
Fields was on there. I know.
Like, it made a lot of sense because a lot of those quarterbacks fit his play style.
Right.
But then he threw in some fucking random ones, like Sam Howell. You know do you know who Sam Howell is?
I was just about to ask who he plays for.
He was a rookie quarterback last year for Washington.
Really?
And he might start this year. But he didn't play at all last year.
Really?
Why the fuck would you be okay with backing up Cam Newton but not, like, a better quarterback? Or not backing up Sam Howell?
I gotta be, like, I just, you know, I gotta be honest. I don't know who Sam Howell is, so, like, he'd be willing to back up him?
That's what I'm saying.
It
doesn't make any sense. No. You know what I mean?
No.
Okay, let me ask you.
Well, I do. Yeah, I do know what you mean.
What is your most, like, what's the word? Bold, hot take for an NFL player? What is your hot take that you feel like nobody agrees with, but you are so passionate about feeling that way?
Gotta think.
I have a couple that may not be super hot takes. You have one that I know is a really hot take.
Remind me again what it is?
Oh, you know. You know damn well what it is. We've talked about it once on the show.
Is it that Aaron Rodgers is a Karen?
No, it's about you thinking Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll put that on record right here.
You said it on episode 3.
You know, and I'll be honest, you know, Ding Dong the Witch is gone.
He's gone. He's in New York.
So I have no bias anymore. It's gone.
It's always going to be there, Colin.
No, it will
He
be.
put you through a decade and a half of hell.
Yeah. He
It's
showed,
gonna
he showed
be
me
there.
what it means to lose. Thank you, Aaron. You fucking... Oh, God.
So would you say that's your boldest hot take?
Yeah, and I'll explain. Because you look at other quarterbacks who have, like, one Super Bowl, right? And maybe he'll get another Super Bowl with the Jets. Who knows? Who knows?
I wouldn't bet on it, but I'm not going to bet against it necessarily either.
But you're with the team for as long as Aaron Rodgers was with the Packers, and you only win one Super Bowl, there's something wrong. There is not...
Well, let's preface that.
And you are Aaron Rodgers. I am not saying
Exactly.
Aaron Rodgers is not a good quarterback. I am not saying that. I am saying...
You're saying he's not as good.
He's not playing as good as he can be, I feel like.
Well, you're saying...
I feel like he is...
Can I translate?
I just don't think he cares.
Here's what I think it is for you.
Yeah.
I think for the amount of respect that Aaron Rodgers has been given over the decade and a half, you believe that he's garnered more respect than the championships that he's won.
Yeah.
Saying like, oh, he's regarded as maybe even a top 5 quarterback ever, but you don't think he's done enough to get that kind of respect.
Because he's not a Joe Montana to me.
But there's not a lot of quarterbacks that have won more than one Super Bowl. There's not.
Yeah, true. That's true.
There's a very small amount that have only won.
That's true, but Aaron Rodgers has no reason.
Why he shouldn't have.
At least
two. So he came up short several times where you would say,
well, because he always chokes against the 49ers because the 49ers are his favorite team.
He choked in the playoffs with the exception of 2010 basically every year.
Yeah.
Once to the Giants when we went all the way.
I remember that. That was a very happy memory of mine. Whenever the Packers lose, it's just such a happy memory of mine. Sorry if you're a Packers fan. I apologize if you're a Packers fan. You're not going to hear me say anything good about the Packers. The only thing good about the Packers is that Aaron Rodgers is fucking gone.
So that, how will you feel as a Bears fan if Jordan Love is amazing?
Heartbroken. You don't understand.
What if Jordan Love comes in and it's like Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love is like at that level?
He better be a fucking bust. He better. Because, listen, there are some teams that don't have a legendary quarterback in their entire history.
And you're one of them.
Chicago Bears. Do you know how long we've been a team? 1919. Our best quarterback was number 42. His name was Sid Luckman. You know when he played? When Hitler was alive.
Oh my God. When you say it like that, that's wild.
That's where we're at.
Okay.
He wore leather helmets and a sweater.
You know this.
I have his jersey.
You know this, and it's this is a hurtful one. The Bears are the only team in all of the NFL, including some very young franchises, and Bears are one of the oldest, tied for the oldest, that have never had a 4,000-yard passer in a season. You guys have never had a quarterback pass for 4,000.
Maybe this year.
You think it could be Fields?
I think it could be. I think it definitely could be Fields.
I think he's got the talent. I just don't. There's something about the Bears, man, where they just don't design the offense that way.
No. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just like if Jordan Love becomes the next Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my God, dude.
I will be so upset because it's not fair that you get 3 quarterbacks in a row that work out.
Which
you
would
have to have,
span.
You have to have. I feel like this is a non-written rule of the NFL. You have to have at least 1 year where your quarterback is dog shit and your team is in fucking shambles. And I feel, please, Packers, this year, just give me one.
This is the year.
Just
for
give
them.
me 1 year where you're dog
trash.
shit and you look like you have no idea what you're doing out there. Please, because my entire childhood, I've been the team that's been out there with not looking like we know what we want to do, and then you just pan over to Jay Cutler, and he's just like,
Jay Cutler. If there was a quarterback in NFL history that didn't give a fuck,
it's Jay Cutler.
It's Jay Cutler.
Smoking Jay
the
Cutler.
one of the most talented quarterbacks.
One of the best Bears quarterbacks in history.
But he was terrible.
Not saying
because he
a
didn't
lot.
fucking care.
Yeah.
Like, at all.
Yeah. It was such a... I remember growing up having such a love-hate relationship with Jay Cutler, and I haven't even hit puberty yet. So it's not like I'm having
Well, you
these
have.
emotions.
Just at that point, you hadn't.
It's like... I remember it was the Bears versus Seahawks. It was before they got their new uniforms, and they had Matt Hasselbeck as quarterback.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember we were losing, and then like the announcers were like, and it's like, it just doesn't seem like Jay Cutler really
Cares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and I remember being so angry.
Yeah.
Like,
honestly, the coolest thing Jay Cutler ever did in his entire career is when the referee knocked his helmet off and he caught it behind his back. You ever see that?
yeah, the gif of
Yeah.
yeah, that's a fun one.
My hottest take, for NFL wise, that I will die on. I have a couple of them. It's that in my lifetime, the Cowboys will never win another Super Bowl.
I
Ever.
hope so.
Well, at least in Jerry Jones' lifetime, minimum.
You got like 2 years.
I was gonna say we're counting. You never know with that
2
one.
years is being kind. Just look at the fucking,
I know.
look at the Crypt Keeper.
Yo,
look at the Crypt Keeper.
You ever see an episode of SpongeBob? Chocolate. I remember when they first invented
chocolate.
That's Jerry Jones, dude.
I always hated it.
Oh, dude, I had a couple more. I was on record saying that I think Geno Smith is the worst quarterback to ever actually be contracted in the NFL for more than 3 years.
Really?
I hate him.
Not Nathan Peterman?
I would take Nathan Peterman. From a on-the-field play perspective, I just fucking can't stand Geno Smith. I got into a Twitter war with him years ago. Ever tell you about that?
With him?
Yeah, we went back and forth. And this was back when Twitter was like, not even back
Not
when
in
Twitter.
shambles?
Well,
Because
I
of
mean,
Elon Musk?
It's
Because
actually
he's a
better.
fucking dumbass?
It's significantly better now.
I've heard not good
No,
things.
it's functioning
I've heard
incredibly well.
I've heard it's like the Wild West. Is that not true? Because I'm not on it. So.
No, it's
Oh, okay.
Twitter's Twitter.
Okay.
You're just allowed to say things now without
Oh.
getting censored for stupid shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's good.
So anyway, I went back and forth with him on Twitter. Is when I first made I made like a spam account for sports where I could just like say some shit and like
Yeah.
At first it was meant to be a joke. I meant to like say really bad takes on purpose. Like I'd be like, oh, like Joe Flacco is the best quarterback of all time, and I would explain why.
Joe Flacco.
I would say Joe Flacco is the best quarterback of all time because he beat Tom Brady.
Yeah, I showed
what I mean?
the speaking of Joe Flacco, not to wean you off of what you're saying here.
Okay.
It was a video of Stavros Hakidis. He's a comedian. I showed you the video where he's like, "Fuck you, Lamar. We didn't even fucking need you, yo. We got Joe Flacco." Yeah.
Dude, some Ravens fans are funny as fuck.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I remember going on Twitter, and I'll tell you why me and Geno Smith had a brief exchange. And shout out Geno Smith.
Shout out Geno. friend of the
I
show.
say I hate you, and I do. Let's make sure that's clear. But not personally, obviously. I don't know anything about you. But what I do know is you got some paper mache ass skin. And he said the opposite, like, oh, they wrote me off, but I didn't write back though. Week 1, remember that? He's like, oh, you beat the Broncos, congratulations, you won a game in the NFL. Like, yeah, he plays in the fucking NFL. He should probably win a game, don't you think? Anyway, Geno Smith was signed by the Giants several seasons ago.
Right.
Already didn't think Geno Smith was good. I thought it was a waste of a signing because, like, at the time I used to watch a lot of Jets games because I lived with a Jets fan. Mm-hmm. And, Geno Smith was on the Jets, and I was like, Geno Smith could be good. But and in the back of my head, I was like, hey, fucking blows. And it was like, the Giants signed him, and I didn't want that. But anyway, later on in that season, the Giants had announced that they were going... It was when we still had Eli Manning, and Eli Manning had, like, the second or third longest streak of quarterbacks starting football games. Like, Brett Favre was number 1. I think somebody else... I don't know who was number 2. And then Eli was really close to 2 and Brett Favre to break the record for longest active streak, or longest streak in NFL history for a quarterback to start consecutive games without missing a game for injury or anything like that. Mm-hmm. He had never, ever missed a game due to injury, Eli. Never once in his career. Right? And the Giants as a whole that season, and most seasons in the last decade, were absolute shit. Like, I'm talking wiping and just having to keep wiping because there's just streak after streak.
Like a marker.
Oh, dude, and we were bad. But for some reason, and forgive me because I don't remember which coach and which GM we had at the time, because we've cycled through a few of them in the last decade. They decided to bench Eli Manning, whom was at least 3 or 4 years before he retired, maybe more. Mm-hmm. And he wasn't the problem. Granted, Eli back then wasn't good either. The whole team was trash. But at the very least, that man had given you 2 Super Bowls and was the best your franchise had ever seen. And he had given a lot for that team, and he was at least owed the respect because the rest of the team... It's not like the team around him was good, and maybe a new quarterback would help us make the play. We were already dog shit. We were already out of playoff contention. Let Eli play. Let him get that record.
Right.
They benched him for Geno Smith. And the main reason they did it was a political reason. And I don't have a problem with them wanting to do this to an extent, but it's like, you did it only for this reason, not because you actually had respect for this issue. Mm-hmm. The issue was the Giants were one of few teams in the NFL at that point that had never started an African-American quarterback. Really? So they started Geno Smith as a political stunt. I was like, that's bullshit.
That's annoying.
If you're going to do it, you do it. You don't fucking do it just because you don't want to be that statistic anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
That's horseshit, right? You also did it in the most disrespectful way to the greatest player that's ever worn... Well, not the greatest player that's ever worn the jersey, because there's a handful that are better than Eli.
Right.
But the best quarterback that had ever played for you, which is the most important position.
Yeah.
Phil Simms is great, but Eli was better.
But he's like the modern day.
And then I went on Twitter to Karen my outrage. Right, I was a keyboard warrior that day, and I was flaming Geno. I was mentioning him. I was directly at him, and I sent 3 tweets out like, "You're the worst quarterback in the NFL." I said something like, "I would rather have Helen Keller." Or I would rather have I think I was
Helen Keller, not real.
There was a lot of shit that I was saying some shit like, you're the worst, you're terrible, all that shit.
That's my hot take, but not sports related.
Well, I want to touch on that actually, but we'll get back. And eventually, Geno Smith responded to one of my tweets saying,
"Oh damn,
what NFL team do you play for?" Right? And my arrogant ass was, when it comes to verbal jousting,
right?
In this case, it wasn't verbal; it was texting. I'm pretty quick on my feet, but I had to type it out, right? So it doesn't have the quick "I gotcha."
Right.
But anyway, I eventually said, in response to that, wish it was the Giants because you'd be third string, right? Because he's dog shit, something like that. And he fired back one more time saying, oh, you're so worried about the way I play, you should worry about, whatever the fuck else. I was like, coming from the NFL quarterback making millions, they got so frustrated with what I had to say, the nobody, that I had to say that you had to respond to it. I was like, you know what I mean? It's like a little paper mache. Now I understand for the people watching that I'm kind of a douche, right? It's okay. I was the loser. I was the douche, but I got him.
Yeah,
I got his ass.
You did get him.
And I was like, in my head, I'm thinking, if I was in the NFL, not that I'd ever be, because I'm all of 5 foot, 100 pounds, and slow and
right,
non-athletic.
Yeah, me
nowhere
too.
near that level. You know what I mean? Maybe in high school, but like, I don't even think I ever would have saw those tweets. You know what I mean? And if I saw them, I would have been like, ha, and kept scrolling. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
But Helen Keller, though, you don't think she was real? I don't think the stories about her are real. You know they said that bitch flew a plane?
There's no way.
How the fuck was she flying a plane?
Why would you let her?
No, fuck, why would you let her? If she's by herself, fuck it. Whatever. She ain't gonna know what's happening.
A nice spot for her to land.
Blind, deaf, and they say dumb because she didn't speak because she was blind and deaf. So how do you teach someone communication if they can't hear or speak, right? Braille, but like, how do you teach them Braille? Because they can't hear you.
That's
just blank nothingness in existence, right? You can't. Can you even formulate thought?
How do you even look at life?
You can't. You're blind.
Well, yeah, but I didn't mean it like that.
How do you perceive it?
Yes.
I don't think you can.
Not literally.
She can feel things, but if she has never, I don't know the full Helen Keller story, but like, if you have never seen anything,
I'm saying she's not real.
If you've never seen anything and never heard anything, and you've never spoken anything to communicate, everything is like, whoa, you know what I mean? Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But is it so bad to the point where it's like...
Is it just like...
almost even a lack of a consciousness if it's gotten to that point, right?
Right.
Like, how do you even formulate a thought if you don't understand language, period?
And I was worried about Helen Keller, like, hearing this. She won't. And I'm worried about... Man, what if she sees this? She won't.
Man. What would she say?
She won't. She won't.
Oh, no. But you don't think I'm not going to say I don't think she's real. Wasn't there, like, proof or something?
I mean,
All right.
Yeah. Like, it's just... Like, wow. Come on.
Like, what are you doing? Wake up. You know what I mean?
Wake up.
Helen. She doesn't fucking listen. Helen! Hello? You know what I mean?
It's like she can't see me.
What do you think, like... Dude, like, if Helen Keller was like a waitress...
She wouldn't be a great one.
Can I get a... Excuse me, ma'am, can I have... What?
Just fucking walks right into the wall.
Jesus. Like a blind dog? You ever have a blind dog? Dude, my cousins that live out in New York, their dog, a few years ago, I think she had passed. She was blind for the last several years of her life, and she would just walk slowly and was right into walls, right into chairs, right into whatever the fuck. She was just bashing her head in.
Whatever was in her way.
And like, my aunt like was like, we were talking about, because it was like, we had like a moment at the dining room table, and she's like, that dog's still fucking alive. She's like, and when she died, she's like, finally. Oh my God. But it was like, not because she hated the dog, it was just like, she's like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like you watching this dog.
It's like, this is bad. We should just put her down. But they didn't put her down because she was healthy. She just couldn't see.
Right.
She lasted a long time blind.
Huh. I had a little black pug named Lily, who was getting blind towards the end of her days, and
it's fucking disgusting.
I always remember I have a video, like it's the last video I've ever took of Lily, and it's me. I'm drunk, and I'm like putting a whiskey bottle in her face, not in her face like that, like it's like
I'm just holding it next to her face
so she could smell it, and then I'm like, you want to sip? You want to sip? And it's just that.
Animal abuse, no?
No, it's not. I didn't make her drink it.
Okay.
I was just saying, do you want a sip? And then she said no, because she's a dog.
If you had to lose one of your senses, which one would you pick? I know my answer instantly. Because I would never want to lose hear or sight.
So the senses are sight, hearing, touch, smell,
taste.
Taste.
Easily taste.
Taste is easy.
And I'll just eat healthy all the fucking time.
I don't like eating to begin with.
That's a great point. You really wouldn't give a fuck if you couldn't taste anything,
No, I don't
right?
give a shit.
Yeah,
I like
I'm the
things
same way.
bland anyways.
Well, don't get me wrong. I love food of all kinds. I'm a foodie for sure. But like, yeah, dude, I don't want to not be able to feel things. Which
No.
I guess that would be second if you couldn't feel anything. But you need to feel shit in case you get stabbed or some shit like that.
I need to feel something.
For God's sake, let me feel something.
Like a good hug, the warmth.
Okay,
like if you
okay.
couldn't feel that warmth of that hug.
But like, a smell maybe would be up there. You know what I mean?
Right.
In fact, smell would be the close second, actually.
I actually have
But
something.
sight and like to be able to not be able to see and not be able to hear sucks. I assume. You know what I mean? What do you got something?
This does remind me of a game that I had. It's called Will You Press the Button? Have you ever heard of it?
No, but let's do it, whatever it is.
It's you become very charismatic. Everyone will like you, but you will become severely unhappy because inside you, you'll just be an empty shell. Will you press the button?
No. So that's what it is. Basically, it gives you. It's like an ultimatum type of thing.
Yeah.
So what happens if you say no? They just come up with a new prompt.
Yeah, no, it shows you the percentage of
How many people
for that
said yes,
you
how
were
many
in the
don't?
majority. So you
Yeah, because there's no happiness there.
No, there's
I
no
like this. Let's play a few rounds of this. You're gonna answer too?
Yeah, why not?
All right, go. Let's fucking around.
You can become any animal you want, but you must get a kiss from a woman. Oh, I'd love to. You must get a kiss from a woman to return to your original human form. Dude, yes.
Can we tell the woman ahead of time?
Oh, so wait, no, that means... So if you transform into a frog,
And
you have to find a girl to kiss you as a frog.
Can I tell you something? Not many frogs are getting fucking kissed out there.
I know.
Can you pick the animal? It said any animal you want.
Any animal you want.
I mean, to make it easy, like house cat or dog, because they get
Yeah,
kissed
and then
all the time.
you would scare the shit out of her because she would kiss you.
morph
and then
into
you
a
just-
person. I'm gonna say. All right, World War Z, relax. I don't think it would look like that. I think it'd just be like the princess, like the Disney movies where it's like glitter and you can't see anything and they just appear.
Oh, I was imagining like a horrifying thing where like your joints are cracking.
Yeah, no,
Like,
this isn't
yeah.
The Ring. Relax, bunny. I'm gonna say no.
No?
No, I don't think
Okay.
I would do that. Because I don't think my chances of getting kissed are up there.
See, now 66% of the people pressed yes.
Would you have pressed yes?
Yes.
I see.
Yeah.
I'm not out here like, because like, how are you gonna get kissed? Yeah.
See, now this is... See,
Just ask it. Just fucking.
you get immortality, but you can't have sex ever again.
Nope. I don't really want mortality.
That's a lose-lose.
I don't
That
want
is-
to be immortality.
That
I don't
is
wanna
such
be
a
immortal.
lose-lose.
That's trash.
It's such a lose-lose.
I don't even want to be immortal anyway.
That's not even worth...
Why would I
Giving
want to
it
see all the
time.
shit that is like gonna be horrible later
I don't
on?
want to be immortal. Why would you want to be immortal?
No, that's terrible.
The only reason
I'm not
you-
Edward Cullen.
The only reason you'd want to be immortal is to have sex forever. Other than that,
That's a good point, dude.
see now that's
You want to have generational puss. You know what
it's
I
like,
mean?
it's like in the
Is that kind of fucked though? If you think about it, hold on. If you
Edward
think about it, is
Cullen
it kind of fucked?
is-
Because you could be like 109, and then like, you know, someone was at one point like 2 years old. Like you're a lot older. Anyway, no, I was. That's
it's
trash.
it's borderline predatory. Edward Cullen, shout out.
Shout out to EEC.
Love preying on those high schoolers.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah.
You have a superpower of your choice. What superpower?
We've talked about this. I think I said flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's definitely super speed.
You said that. Yep.
Yeah, the Flash. But you are rejected by society.
So Hancock.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah, great movie.
Great movie.
Love that movie.
Oh, wow. How
Great-
much society?
great
Like
name for a
everybody, or
movie.
do I at least get to keep the people I care about? Because otherwise, I
just
could
says
give a fuck.
society.
In that case, no. Like, right? Like what? Like what is the line
not
that we
really
draw
a-
between like happiness and like things that are meaningless? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I could give a fuck about a superpower if everybody hates me. You know what I mean? Not that I
Yeah.
care about what everybody thinks of me, because I really don't. But like, you want people that you love in your life. Uh-oh, what's this one?
This one's the ultimate one.
Okay.
You will be remembered hero and legendary swordsmaster, but you will die a slow, painful, but heroic death.
For sure.
Yeah, that's
For
yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
That's the way to go out.
Yeah, come on.
Not really. Like, I don't want to be like...
I'd love to be remembered as a skilled swordsman.
Yeah.
Come on.
As a hero that died tragically at battle.
And slowly, come on.
It's like that man was a fucking warrior, and it took a lot to take him out.
He was literally writhing in pain for days before he died.
Wow, that's not good. But yeah, well, I mean, maybe.
You will be as rich as you want to be, but
God, I already know this is gonna be bad.
you can't choose infinite. You can't choose how much money you choose to have. Inflation will rise within 5 years. Many robbers will try and steal your money, and you are not allowed to protect the money.
What do you mean? What do you mean you're not allowed to protect the money?
What's the point?
What were all the ultimatums? You're stupid.
You can't choose an infinite amount of money.
Okay.
You can't change how much money you choose to have.
Because inflation will get bad.
And then inflation
So what if I just said
rise.
like 14 quadrillion? Fuck inflation at that point.
Yeah.
No, I just had like a fucking. I want
Add a
a
couple zeros
100.
in there.
I want a stack of $100 bills that reaches from the ground here to the next fucking galaxy. That's not infinite, but at no point will that ever run out. Fuck 'em.
That's true. So yes?
And you know, robbers try to steal. I'll have so fucking much, bro. I'll give everybody in the world, and then I'm not rich anymore. Never mind. You can't protect it. How are you not? You're just supposed to be like, yo, you're coming for this? All right. Dad, yo,
man.
here's your cut.
Oh, like they're walking in and you're like, I can't protect the money.
Well, that's fucking
As they're
stupid.
stealing it, yeah.
Then that negates even being rich in the first place, because everybody can have it. If you could protect it, yeah, I mean, yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, but you can't. So.
And everybody knows that you're that guy. People are after you. It says.
Well, it just says many robbers will try and steal your money.
Yeah. Okay. Fucking no. It's like you can't protect it. That's lame.
Yeah, only 40% of people said yes on that one.
Yeah. Why the fuck would you say yes if it's like you literally have to willingly let people take it?
Ooh.
What?
This one's you will find your way to Candy Mountain, which I don't know what Candy Mountain is, but sounds great.
Sounds like a mountain of candy.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
But you will lose a liver.
I have two.
Yeah. I fucking found Candy Mountain.
Yeah. Fuck it. If I need
Candy
another
Mountain.
one later on, that'll be some complications, especially with having this show, drinking once a week, even though clearly I have not had much because I find this absolutely disgusting right now.
I'm just enjoying it.
I'm not. The peanut butter whiskey would have been worse right now, though. I'm not gonna lie. What is this one?
$1 million cash money.
No taxes. That's the way we like to see it. Keep it Jewish.
No children for you ever. No
Did you hear what I
adoption
said?
either. What's that?
I said no taxes at all. Keep it Jewish.
Keep it Jewish.
I could say that. Colin's part Jewish.
Yeah, I'm
I could say
1%.
that. What
It's
do you
my
got?
toe.
$1 million cash.
$1 million cash
but
money. But no children for you ever. No adoption either.
No.
Yeah, no.
I want kids one day.
57% of the people press the button?
Yeah, not many people want kids, bro.
That's so sad. That's all I want.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Ooh. You can live inside any video game that you want for as long as you want. You can also exit and leave the game, but can't go inside a different game. But if you die in the video game or meet the requirements for a loose defeat, you will die in both real life and inside the
Shit,
game.
what's a peaceful ass game that you could just go like
I was
play for fun
about
every
to
once
say
in a while?
Minecraft, but that's not. You can get blown up.
Yeah, you could die easily in Mine. You can't hear those creepy motherfuckers. Where it come up to you like, you know what I mean? Yeah, not Minecraft. What's a peaceful game like that you can't get killed in? Oh, Madden.
Farming simulator?
Madden.
Yeah.
I'll just be a fucking NFL quarterback.
fuck it.
It'd be sick.
That'd be cool.
Or 2K. Oh, but they say if you lose, you die. You're gonna lose in Madden every once in a while.
So wait.
So as soon as you lose, you're done.
So wait, you'd have to be like a undefeated.
All right,
quarterback.
I'll put it on fucking rookie mode, and every time I just want to fucking play arcade style. Dude, imagine though if you're just having a bad day. You're like, holy shit, I'm gonna die. I don't. That's
And then-
tough.
no, and then
what
in the
game
video
can you
game-
not lose in and not die in, but it's fun?
Inside, you're in the video game.
Sims!
You're in the huddle.
No,
Yeah,
that's just
Sims.
life.
Well,
That's
Sims.
trash.
Sims. They can burn their houses down.
That's
and
right.
die.
Fuck, dude.
But then they also become ghosts, so you get to be a ghost.
no, but you'd be dead.
But you get to be a ghost.
But you don't though, because once you die in the game, you die in life, and you don't progress further in the
So
game.
wait, I have a question. The button. If I'm playing The Sims, and I die, and I become a ghost, do I become a ghost in real life as
No,
well?
you just die. You don't become the ghost because you don't get to that part because you're dead. What game is peaceful, easy enough, but like a time killer? Like if you want to just like instead of actually playing the game, you could just be in it and not worry about dying or losing.
The only thing I could think of is like Farming Simulator or something like that, where it's like
So then there's really no games that are cool. I guess in that case, because I don't want to just die like that. I'm gonna say we're being lame, but I'm gonna say no.
I got to think about it, and it's not.
You said no, but you can't because the ads.
Yeah.
You can just wait and skip through them, can't you?
I tried the first time, but it didn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Oh.
I'm not good at video games, so that's part of it.
No, me neither.
You're
really.
better.
Definitely.
I'm better at Madden, most likely.
Probably.
I was a
Probably.
fiend at Madden for a long time.
Fiend.
That again? All right, well, you got.
You get your dream job, but you have to eat nothing but live insects your whole life.
Wow, that's bad.
That's really bad.
That's really bad.
That's really, really bad. Is it worth
Can
it?
I say that this is my dream job right
No,
here?
this is my dream job too.
Yeah.
So,
But
would I eat live insects every single day for the rest of my life for this?
No.
I would.
You would?
Yeah, I would.
Ah, man.
I like doing this that much. To be honest with you.
I admire your dedication and your passion, and I have it. I'm not eating bugs for the rest of my life for it, though. You know what I mean?
So we'll see.
Most people say
only 24% of the people said yes.
yeah, because who wants to eat live bugs for the rest of your life?
Nobody
Colin,
does.
It's disgusting. What is this, Fear Factor?
This one's the best one so far.
Uh-oh.
You will win $100 million,
But
but you look exactly like Hitler.
no. No. It ain't worth that. Dude, the amount of negative that you would have in your life from that point forward, you would look exactly like Hitler. Who came up with that one? Well, we would say no too, right?
Yeah, no,
I
that's
don't
a lot.
want to look like Hitler.
That's a lot. I'm alright with how I look. You know.
You're not looking like Hitler. That's a
No.
plus.
Yeah.
That's bad, dude. Like imagine though you took it seriously. Like I'm back, bitches. You know what I mean?
Zibak. You know.
Oh god.
I can't speak.
Let's do a couple more.
Gain the ability to change your sex instantly and reversibility.
Hold on. Time out.
Reversibly.
It's
Reversibly.
2023. You can already do that.
Just gotta find the right doctor.
No. You just gotta wake up and say, this is how I feel this
That's
morning.
how I feel.
I identify as whatever. Anyway, what's
But
the but?
if you change back in less than 24 hours, someone random you know will die.
That's not that bad. Just like set a timer on your phone or some shit like that. Like,
Yeah, true.
Hey, you know your name. Set a timer for 24 hours to remind me to grow a dick back or something like that.
I gotta be
If you
honest,
could be a
though,
chick for a day, would you do it?
for a day, just a day, and I can go back to me,
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why
I would
not?
do it. Why not? You want to see what it's
Yeah.
like?
Yeah.
I would stare at myself.
So then I can understand them.
What a nice answer. I was going to be a pig about it. Let's just
What,
move on.
look at yourself in the mirror?
Sorry, I got a text.
What, look at yourself in the mirror?
Maybe.
Jack off to yourself in the mirror?
Can't do that. You're a chick. How do I stop that from happening? Do a couple more and we'll wrap up today. Very, very chill, laid back episode. Sorry for the background noise. Let me see if I can. How do I fucking.
Ooh.
There we go. Alright.
You will become a god. But you are bound by chains and are forced to listen to two voices inside your head.
Forever?
Yeah,
What the
that
fuck's the
sounds
point
like
of being a
shit.
god?
That sounds like shit.
What's the fucking point of that?
You're not a god then.
This game kind of fucking sucks.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you have $1 million, but if somebody wants it, they can take it, and you can't do anything about it. Oh, you'll be hung like a horse. Like, you'll have a massive cock, 9+ inches, 10+ inches, 13, whatever
But
the
the
fuck.
world has exploded.
But after 3 seconds of having said massive cock, it gets chopped off at the base. Like, fucking, what the fuck's the point of this whole shit then?
This one's alright. This one's, you're the smartest person on the planet, but everyone thinks you're mentally handicapped, and they do not believe you.
So you're Elon Musk. No.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that was 49% of the people said yes on that one.
Oh, that's close. People want to be smart.
Ooh, you have complete control over the weather,
Okay.
but you do not have a smartphone.
So before we started this podcast, I would have said I didn't give a fuck about smartphone.
Right.
But now I conduct social media.
Right.
I run a whole business off of it. So it's kind of necessary for me to have at this point.
Right.
I could probably substitute it for the Mac, for the laptop. What do you get? Control of the weather?
Control over the weather.
I don't really care too much for that one. I don't give a fuck about the weather that much.
No.
I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
Although smartphones don't mean shit to me either that much. So maybe I would say yes. I don't know. It really depends on the mood I'm in. Because, like, for instance, for our wedding, I would like to have control of the weather because I really hope it doesn't rain on the day of our wedding with an outdoor ceremony.
Right.
But, all right, let's do
One more?
3 more.
3 more?
3 more we'll call it.
Alrighty. There will be an extra 5 hours of time every single day, but there are no weekends.
Trash.
That sounds like
absolutely
shit.
not.
Nope.
We live for them things, brother. We live for them
need
things.
them weekends.
Plus, extra 5 hours every day equivalates to how many is that I don't know if that doesn't replace the weekends time. You know what I mean? Fuck that. What you got?
You wake up to a customize your character screen where you can customize yourself to perfection as a mix between Spore Creator or Spore Creature Creator and The Sims. But once you're finished, you wake up again as your new self, naked in an abandoned desert town in Mexico.
I don't want to change anything. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm alright with how
I'm
I
good.
look. Yeah, I'm content.
Would I want to try it as like a challenge for fun temporarily? Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, but then you wake up naked in a town in Mexico.
I've woken up naked in random places.
Yeah, it happens.
You've fallen asleep naked in random places.
It happens.
Which means you've woken up.
It happens.
I have a video of you on my phone, stuck in a fence,
That's right.
naked,
I have that video as well.
and it's like 12 degrees out that night.
It was.
It was freezing. I fell asleep on a roof that night. I tell you that.
Did you?
Yeah, I fell. Well, I technically didn't fall asleep. I was kind of up the whole night, but I was laying on the said roof with a homeless man, and then
Probably the one that stole my Jameson.
No, the one that stole your Jameson was the other homeless man that was there, sleeping on the couch with the others. What a fucking night that was.
A interesting night.
That might be, if you really encompass everything that happened that night, the wildest night we'd had.
Yeah, probably.
One of them.
Probably the closest I've come to being killed by a homeless man.
Probably the closest you came to possibly being, like, sex trafficked.
Robbed.
Jesus. All right, last one.
Jesus. I'm so sorry.
Last one. Oh my God. We'll do one more, and then we'll call it. We're a little over an hour.
You can read minds. But you cannot talk for 30 minutes after you do.
I don't want to read minds anyway.
I don't want to either.
No part of me. I'm very content not knowing what people are thinking half the time.
I'd rather not.
I don't give a
Because
fuck.
it's probably not good.
And I just don't fucking. I don't care. So like, I think we've learned something from this. Is like we aren't shallow to an extent. Like we are content in a lot of ways.
Right.
Like I don't care to have the ability to read someone's mind. No. Why the fuck would I want that?
But I want super speed more than anything.
I would fly.
Not more than not more than anything. That's not what I want.
More than any power.
Yeah.
You would be happy.
I want love more than anything.
How you doing?
How you doing?
You know, there's a different episode.
A bit of a different episode.
Just straight up, nothing to talk about. Let's sit here and drink. This was disgusting. He's drinking the ice too.
Oh, why did I do that?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's disgusting to
Waste
me.
not, want not, you know?
What'd you just say?
I said waste not, want not.
For those of you that aren't watching this shit, I didn't drink much at all of my whiskey because it was a salted caramel bird dog and I don't like it. And I'm just not in the mood for the sweet shit. Colin just grabbed my glass and chugged it on camera. And then after he had a painful moment, he looked at me with his eyes fully watered over, saying some shit that I just couldn't understand.
Waste not, want not.
But you didn't want it.
I don't know why I did it, to be honest with you.
You did it because the camera's on. That's
probably why. How you doing?
Was that disgusting?
It wasn't great. But it wasn't like terrible.
I will tell you right now, I could have done that with any other whiskey we've ever had on this show, not with this one. That's not that this is a necessary, because we had this before and I kind of enjoyed it at that time. I don't like flavored whiskeys like that unless it's mixed with something typically. This whole time has been repulsive to me.
Really?
I've been sipping it for the fact that that's what we do on this show, but it was repulsive.
Me, it's kind of turning into like I don't even think about it. I just go for the drink.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean that's what it usually is.
Yeah.
But like that, the fact that you were taking down the ice down the gully too.
I didn't chew the ice either.
I know, you just swallowed.
I could have like choked.
Did it hurt her?
Yeah, it didn't feel great. But it was.
Fuck it, let's keep it going. Why not? You want to keep it rolling? Oh my god, I just feel motivated to keep going after that. That was funny to me.
Yeah.
Or we don't, and we just end off on the fact that you just fucking gutted. That was how many shots worth? 3? That was probably 3 shots worth of whisk. It's disgusting. So then, with that, how many alcoholic beverages have you had today?
Today?
How many did you have at
I had 2 at the place, and
then this one, then that one. So we'll call it 4. So then,
it's a bit of a Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, okay, right? Want some more?
Another hour.
Want some more?
No, I'm all right. I'm good, I think. But
okay, yeah. That means we're cutting it short, guys.
Oh wait!
For
if
future,
you were taking some out.
Oh yeah, I would have. It's disgusting, but I would have. Maybe I would replace it with a different one. We take an intermission. I'd go grab one that doesn't make me want to fucking vomit. But,
we could.
I mean,
I'm down.
We did enough.
Yeah, we did.
One thing that I do want to say, while we're recording, however, this is for the viewers to hold us accountable. I want to do something called, and I think you know what this is as soon as I say it, but I want to do it a specific way. I want to do a power hour.
Ooh, yes.
And how are we going to do a power hour, Colin? Let me explain to you. There's 2 different ways that I want to do a power hour. We could do it the basement yard way, which was every minute they took a swig of a beer, like a shot's worth of a beer, which in an hour, 60 swigs is like 8 beers or something like that.
We got to plan this out so that I can like sleep on your couch.
Oh yeah, for sure. The other way that we could do it is every 10 minutes we take a shot of liquor. So that would be, at that point, 6 or more shots, which is not a crazy amount, but it's a power hour.
It'll get us there. Yeah.
Or, and this is kind of the direction I want to go because it would make us want to kill ourselves. Every 10 minutes from the second we start till we end, we shotgun a beer.
Oh my God. Because I know when I was in Vermont, we would shotgun beers and it was horrible.
So imagine shotgunning 6, 7, or 8 beers in the span of an hour and 20 minutes.
Goodness.
So basically,
I want to do it though.
I want to do it.
Yeah.
I want to do it. Some way, shape, or form. One of those 3. It's a straight alcohol problem to do that.
Right.
Voluntarily, but it's for entertainment purposes.
No,
but yeah,
it's to make people laugh.
At some point, we will be doing a power hour.
Oh yeah.
I really like the
Hopefully
idea.
sooner rather than later.
I like the idea of shotgunning because it adds the effect.
Yeah.
And it'll make our lives hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the carbonation. It'd be a lot of burping.
Needing to pee
It would
really
be,
bad.
It would be the burping
The
episode.
bloating from that would be ridiculous. Our stomachs will feel like shit.
Yeah.
For that. So anyway, Colin,
John,
I want to thank you for coming today, buddy.
well, thank you
for
for
coming on the
coming.
show. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for joining me.
Another edition of the Whiskey Talks podcast in the fucking books. I don't have anything to sip because Colin fucking yeeted mine. You okay?
It's a lot of ice.
You swallowed the ice again?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Tune in next week to the Whiskey Talks. How you doing? You fucking sister.